Ciao my lovelies, it's me the D, and today we're going to be doing our summer TBR. I am aware that I have already wasted a month. I don't care. I'm going to make this TBR. There are some things I already know I'm going to finish by the end of summer, and I know the first thing is going to be A Sign of Affection 1 through, I think it's 11. I've already read up to 6 or 7, and I'm waiting on my copy number 8. A Sign of Affection is about a deaf college girl teaching a polyglot how to learn sign language, and then they end up falling in love. I've already started it, I'm loving it, and I'm buying it physically. That's how much I like it. So I'm just continuing that. I will finish it by the end of summer. I'm also going to be finishing The Guy She Was Interested In Wasn't a Guy at All, Volume 3. I think there's 3 or 4. I don't know if 4 is actually out yet, but if there's 4, I'll be getting that one as well. The manga is about a girl who has a crush on a guy who works at a retro vinyl record store. She doesn't know that the girl she has a crush on is actually a girl she goes to school with. And so they end up building a relationship, well, a friendship out of the situation. And even by the end of the first book, she does find out it is a girl, and it doesn't change their friendship at all. If anything, it makes it even more difficult for the main girl to understand her feelings. I'm gonna be working on that one. I think that this third one, I'm not sure where it's going, to be honest, but I'm curious. We're gonna read it. Then we have Carl's Doomsday Scenario, which is the Crawler series book 2. I've already ordered it. I probably will finish that by the end of summer, just because I feel like it got the groove. You know how in the first book, it usually feels like you're learning a bunch of stuff, but it's not really telling you the story. We got past that arc, and now I think we're really about to see events starting to happen in the book. The next thing I probably will pick up is A Sorceress Comes to Call, which is by T. Kingfisher. I'm only 10% through that, but it's about a sorceress who has a daughter, and the sorceress is trying to find a new husband. And it's basically this man she's trying to entice to marry her, and his sister trying to figure out the relationship between the daughter and her mother, because it seems kind of toxic. Is it gonna be wholesome? Are they gonna adopt the daughter? It sounds kind of cute, but where I'm at in the story, it's not even picked up yet. I have enjoyed a lot of T. Kingfisher's stuff, so I'm trying to get through this first 10% to really let me know if I'm gonna finish it, but it's a little slow right now, and that's why I'm I could finish it by the end of summer. It sounds kind of like a found family thing, so I'm interested in it. Another book I was interested in reading this summer is Perfect Little Monsters. It is about a girl ringleader who ends up dead at her own party. Since she's so popular, it seems like all of her friends have motive to kill her, as well as the new girl in town. The new girl in town was the last person to give her a drink at the party, so everyone's, throwing the blame on her. But actually all of the girl who's dead's best friends all have motive, as well as it seems like she had a deeper secret going on. To me, it reminds me of Pretty Little Liars. And I mean, they kind of fucked that whole thing up, but this one sounds different enough where I'm I'm intrigued. I'm pretty sure it's a thriller and a mystery. So it's a thriller mystery about who killed her, why they kill her, and I'm pretty sure we're following the main new girl. So it's about Dawn trying to uncover it. Who knows? We'll see how that goes. Then I just want to say I've been feeling some romance. Something about summer and romance, it goes hard every year. So I have a few things that I want to read that are romances. The first one I was looking into probably reading this summer is Flirting with Disaster. I'm not looking at people's names. I'm not reading the bios. I'm not reading the synopsises, right? I'm just talking about these things, and clearly I'll finish them up better, hopefully in a later video. Flirting with Disaster is about a couple who was married for a minute, and then they end up splitting up. They're not divorced, but they end up splitting up, and the main girl ends up leaving. They both end up going to the place they bought together as a couple, and a disaster strikes. I'm pretty sure it's a hurricane or something where they cannot leave the place. The main girl is in a relationship with someone else. I'm pretty sure she's engaged or about to be engaged. They're on serious stuff, and that's why they were coming together, was probably to get the divorce and figure out the house situation. And so with her being stuck in the home with her ex, it's kind of sparking some sparks, and they're thinking maybe we should give it another shot. And I think that's kind of cute. So I want to read that. That's probably gonna be, it's July right now, so I'll probably end up reading that this month, because it just sounds so second chance romance. Come on. you guys kiss. I wanted to read Sorcery and Small Magics. This is about basically two sorcerers. One can do big magic. He's well respected in the area and everyone likes him and he's gonna have a huge career. While the other guy has small magic. So he literally can only like dye people's hair and maybe like change the weather. Like something small. He can't do anything big and important like the other guy. The strong sorcerer makes a forbidden magic pact that makes the small magic user do anything he wants, which is a big no-no. So they have to go on this journey to try and find a sorcerer who's known for breaking unbreakable magic spells. And it sounds like it's a little gay in a good way, but like it sounds like they're gonna fall for each other along the way on that journey. So that sounded cute to me. And then I was pretty sure I'm gonna like pick up Problematic Summer Romance. Okay, so I don't have many physical books, but this is one of my only ones. The Three of Us is basically about a wife, her husband, and her best friend, and the weird relationship that they all have. The wife and the best friend are at home drinking and kind of making fun of the husband. He walks in on them making fun of him in some way, shape, or form. He ends up kind of blowing up, and I'm pretty sure this is told in 3 parts, all within one day, so it's probably all their POVs. The best friend and her husband do not get along, and it's one of those things where it's like, if there's a big argument and your life's about to blow up, who would you go for? Your best friend who knows you all these years, or your husband, the person you chose for yourself for love, for life? I wanted to pick this one up. I'm probably gonna get to that this summer. It's not too long, it's pretty short. Then we have Honey and Spice. I bought this like 2 years ago. And again, we're on a romance kick, okay? So I feel like this is finally the time. Well, this is about a girl and a guy in college. He's the new guy on campus. He's cute or whatever. And she has a podcast or a radio show or something on campus. And she basically is telling everyone, y'all, that guy ain't shit. He is a womanizer. Like, do not go for this man. Then she gets caught macking on him at a party or out and about. They end up kissing or something. And everyone's like, girl, you just told us not to do that shit. So she's like, no, we're in a relationship. That's how we got here. So I'm pretty sure it's just mess about them fake dating to like keep her image good and make him look better as a womanizer. And I think she just misjudged them. But yeah, so that's what this one is about. Like, look at the yellow. Honey and Spice, come on. It's cute. And I need some black love in here a little bit. So that will be soon. So this one is real specific to me, okay? I've kind of been on a nostalgia kick where I've been wanting to read things that I used to love when I was younger. And I mean, this is like middle school or high school. So this is Deadly Cool by Gemma Holiday. I don't really want to read the synopsis to know what we're talking about, but all I remember is shit was funny. She was supposedly going to be the next victim, and like it was enough of a twist at the end where it's like, oh yeah, I can read that again. So basically this is about Emma. Is it Emma? Y'all, it don't even say her name on the bag. That's crazy. This is about our main character girl. She finds out that her boyfriend was cheating on her, and so they break up. Then she finds out that he's considered a suspect in a murder case, and then he is depending on her, his ex-girlfriend, to figure out what was happening, what happened, what's going on. And as she's investigating the situation, more bodies are dropping everywhere. And then it seems like whoever's killing all these people are aiming for our main girl. So I picked this one up. I don't know if I'll pick up the second one by the end of summer. I think these are funny enough. I don't think they were funny enough to do back to back. I remember that much. So Deadly Cool. I thought this show was crazy when I was younger. On our like final list of everything I'm going to probably end up reading this summer, I think it's time to finally finish it. You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. Amazing Sprayed Edges. I loved it. So this is a book about our main girl, Charity. One, she's gay, okay? Don't think that's important. I just remember I read like 50% of this as she was gay. So she works at a camp that specializes in survive the nights. And basically, Charity and her people who work there, they actually end up starting getting murdered. And I just remember the reason I put it down was that I was like, yo, this is kind of like annoying, because at the point that I stopped at, they had called the police and they're like, LOL, you guys never actually have any issues. But yeah, so I will finish it. It's a summer camp book, so of course I need to read it in summer. If I don't read this summer, it's gotta go. I've had this at least a year or two as well, because I thought this would be amazing, but we gonna finish it off, hopefully. We should be finishing Twice Shy as well. I didn't get that far in it when I was on vacation, but I definitely have a better idea of what's going on in the book. It just reads kind of slow. Twice Shy is about a girl who inherited her aunt's old house, as well as this guy, I don't remember his name. They both end up inheriting it and sharing it. The aunt gave them a list of things they need to do to honor her. They don't actually have to, but they do. And then they have two very different ideas on what they want to do with the property. And so that's basically them. Also, she apparently was catfished with the main guy's picture. And so she already has this weird, awkward situation with the main guy before they even gotten into anything with dealing with the house or the grief of losing her family member. So yeah, that's this one. And then I only got 2 more books that I think I'm gonna try and like look into maybe doing this summer. And the first is The Wild Robot. This is because I bought this for my husband for Father's Day. And he's not much of a reader. We've talked about it, and I told him that I would read it to him. I would read a chapter or 2, we'd get a coffee or something, and then have a discussion, since he's not the biggest reader, but I thought this would be a nice, like, kind of bonding thing for us. Then I got John Dies at the End. When I tell you, I don't even know what this is about. I've read this so many times in Barnes & Noble every time I went. I finally got it while we were back in the US. So I'm not reading anything about it. I just remember how bad I wanted it a long time ago, and that it's time, right? So those are all my main books. There's of course gonna be more mangas and probably short stories. The 6 Deaths of the Saints, which is another short story, hopefully Rain Shout. If I can't get to Rain Shout by the end of the summer, I'm just gonna have to buy it. So those are all the things I was planning on trying to read in the summer. Hopefully I get to most of them, at least most of them, right? So those are all the things, those are all the physicals. And again, I'm trying to give myself a little more leniency on top of trying to do the TBR jar. We'll have to figure that out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.